Friends, I'm sure that most of you are eager to go back home and then come for our fun fest. So I will try to be very brief. About 10 years ago, I was spending one summer with an Italian priest in New York, and he was an elderly priest, well known for his long sermons or homilies. And one day after the Sunday Mass, when he came back to the sacristy, one of the altar servers noticed there was a cut on his face. So one of the boys asked him, "Father, what happened to your face?" He said, "Well, this morning I was thinking about my sermon and I got distracted and then I cut my face." So the altar server, a smart boy, said, "Father, I have a suggestion for you." So the priest said, "Go ahead and tell me." He said, "Next time when you shave, think about your face and cut the sermon," he said. So I will try to do that. Some years ago, there was a story published by a sports magazine about Santa Clara Swimming Club in California. Every morning, this group of teenagers of this club get up at 5:30 and hurry to an outdoor pool to swim for 2 hours. After their regular classes, they return to the pool again to swim for another 2 more hours. Soon after their practice, they hit the books, eat a late supper, and go to bed exhausted. The next morning, they repeat the same routine all over again. When they were asked by a reporter why they follow such a rigorous schedule, one of the girls said, "My only goal in life is to make the Olympic team. There is no such thing as too much work. The more miles I swim, the better. Sacrifice is the key." If Jesus lived today rather than 2,000 years ago, instead of talking about the pearl merchant who sacrificed all to buy that special pearl, Jesus might have talked about a Santa Clara swimming member who sacrificed everything to make the Olympic team. So what do these people have in common? Well, one thing they have in common is their commitment to a great dream in life. In the case of the pearl merchant, it is to own that perfect, special, and precious pearl. In the case of a Santa Clara swimmer, it is the gold medal. This leads us to the main point that Jesus makes in today's gospel. Citizenship in God's kingdom involves a total commitment on our part. We cannot pursue it as a part-time job. We cannot work it as a random hobby. We must make it the top priority in our life. Most of the time, we are chasing after false treasures such as money, wealth, social status, power, or worldly things. As a result, the present moment or time passes by, and the valuable pearl of sharing in God's life through Jesus is rarely discovered. Let us always remember that heaven is within the reach of all of us, provided we do the will of God. Following the ordinary vocations of our life and enjoying the little pleasures of ordinary life, like the fun fest we have today. But they must be all done within the framework of God's commandments. Right now, it is for us to use our time, our talents, and the opportunities given to us by God to go and search that pearl of great value. Those who embrace the reign of God and His kingdom are the ones who really strike it rich in life. Dear friends, being a Christian is like being a pearl merchant. Being a Christian is like the treasure seeker. Being a Christian is like that Santa Clara swimmer. And it all involves dedication. But there is a big difference between a Christian and other seeker. The pearl merchant's prized pearl, the farmer's treasure, and the swimmer's medal are all perishable. When the merchant dies, his pearl is of no value to him. When the farmer dies, his treasure is useless to him. And when the swimmer dies, her medal will be another keepsake for her own family. But when the Christian dies, there is a great joy and rejoicing in the heavenly kingdom. At the end of life, the only thing that matters is what they have become in the process of seeking the pearl, the treasure, or winning the medal. The question we need to ask is, have they become better human beings? Have they become more loving and kind and caring towards others? Did they become more committed and generous people? So today's gospel has an important message for each one of us here. Nothing in this world may take the priority over God's kingdom. And what counts when we leave this world is not what we have acquired in our life, but what we have become in our life, in the eyes of God. I like to close with a caption that might be very meaningful and relevant for us today. It says, "What we are today is God's gift to us. What we become tomorrow is our gift to God." Let me repeat that caption that you may remember. What we are today is God's gift to us, and what we become tomorrow is our gift to God.